The reason why we continue to grow Mercia Park is our customers want to be in this area. This is classed as the Golden Triangle area. Reason being is we can get as close as we can up north as we can down south within the same kind of distance. On top of that, we are very close to the parcel hubs, so DPD, Every, etc. All the hubs are very close to us, which means that we can have very late cut-off times for our customers.
The location is crucial in being able to fulfil the amount of e-com orders that are banding around the logistics sector. Millions and millions of orders placed every day, all of which need that access to the hubs to be able to get delivered as a next day service of the culture that we've become accustomed to.
When we came into Mercia Park, there was never any scope for a second plot to be had by DSV. That was not on the cards. Our customers' growth, our internal customers that we already have needed more space. They continue to grow, and therefore we're growing. On top of that, we've won new business. So we've already gone into a second site in Mercia Park, and then less than 2 years, or just under 2 years of being in Mercia Park, we decided that we would need the growth in future.
The business plan for Unit 6 was for us to be essentially full within 2 years of opening. That was actually achieved within kind of 6 to 8 months. And it is through the growth of e-commerce channels and that nature of we need it at our doors the next day that is developing, more stock holding in the UK for us then to be able to push more volume out.
From a staff perspective, we continue to get the same feedback that we are covering a really good area around us. So a number of towns, villages even, spreading as far as Burton-on-Trent, down to Tamworth, Colville, Swadlincote, all the many towns in between. We do have some people that are travelling further afield, but they're more people that were already with us previously to our move, and have continued to want to actually make their travel and their day longer because of the facilities and the workplace environment that they have on site.
The benefit of Mercia Park and the client base that we've got and are growing is the peaks are throughout the year. We've continually grown our team, and we will continue to grow the team. Because the requirements there, we're getting more and more brands that essentially want to be in this area for Mercia Park because it's so integral to their distribution, as well as having a really good solid labour pool from the local area.
And what we found with Mercia Park, it's almost become a destination of choice for our job seekers. They're actually coming into our job centres saying, I want to work at Mercia Park. And interestingly enough, I've never known a project whereby when people have actually started work, the customers actually come back into the job centre and actually spoke to the work coaches and thank them. Says, "Oh, thanks, it's absolutely fantastic. It's a brilliant working environment. The people I work with are absolutely fantastic." But on a serious note, we've had customers come in. I started at part time. I've now full time. I started off as a warehouse operative. I'm now a team leader. So we can already see the demonstration of that a job, that better job, and a career, and the actual difference that it's actually making to people's lives. The youngsters as well, they've been on the apprenticeship scheme. I mean, the one young lad that we had that was living in the YMCA, he's now in his own property, and that's all down to like I say, the opportunities that was afforded him through the Mercia Park project.
We have a great environment, not just the facility. Having a new building will always help on the facility, but we need to make sure that our working environment actually matches that. A safe place, somewhere that they feel open, that they can discuss issues, have the confidence to build on themselves and move forward.
Staff wellbeing is a huge part of everything that we do in day-to-day operations, in how we think strategically. One thing that we kind of recognise is that it's not necessarily how much we pay people. Granted, it is a key factor that people look at, but it's also making that the building and the environment is a nice place to come to work. So some of the facilities that we've included are a gym facility, yoga classes, something that we've started to do quite recently with the yoga studio, and making mental health matters a real priority in the workplace. We've got mental health first aiders on site, giving space and time to colleagues in our mindfulness room before they come back to work fully refreshed and charged.
Just some of the roles that we've got from a day-to-day basis. We've got 17 different job roles within the warehouse. They could be anything from a skilled MHE driver to someone that maybe is doing returns, quality grading. We've then got our returns team and a stock and inventory team. We've got customer service and administration, transport teams, various roles of team leaders, supervision, shift managers as well on top of that. So there's a really wide range on top. There's customs, there's finance, there's HR, there's project managers, many other things. And when we look at our team, we see a high amount of progression within our teams. I'm a really big advocate because I've personally gone through it, where we always look first. When we need to recruit, we're looking at who is next and ready, and that's why we have succession plans in place so that we can see, right, who is our next person to move up. Of course, if there's no one wanting to move up or they're not yet ready for the role, then we will go externally and bring new people into the business. But then we would look at maybe the succession plan and say, right, why couldn't we move someone up? What do we need to do more? What do we need to focus on next with them? What's the training gap, and where can we progress them?
I think the benefits of a scheme such as Mercia Park, it's the benefits to the local community. It's local jobs for local people. It's actually putting money back into the local economy. It's improved public transport routes, and it's made a real difference to the economies of those towns around the geography of Mercia Park.
What we want to do is we want to encourage people that there are multiple avenues to explore within this industry. So one of the things that we like to do is we like to go out into the community, support the schools in interview practice, bringing them to site, seeing the complexities that actually happen in a warehouse. There's a lot of process, there's a lot of in-depth detail that needs to be analysed in the background before that box can just simply leave the warehouse. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to portray that as a viable career option for the future leaders of logistics. One of the main things as a business is we like to support local charities. So the three that we've picked in 2024 are Birmingham Dogs Home, the Air Ambulance for the local area, and Wishes for Kids, which is a local Leicester charity. So, you know, we're fundraising for them all year round. In terms of the local community, we like to really engage, you know, a lot of the things that we do in terms of the litter picking that goes on site, just to really hopefully make an impact into that local environment. But what we also like to do is actually support local businesses, let alone how much we probably spend on lunches and dinners from kind of local cafes and local buffet suppliers.
Our commitment to the local community continues. Mercia Park, we're going to be in here for 10 years plus now from a DSV perspective. Me personally, I actively reach out to local councillors, local communities, charities, and see what we can do to support them. I'm also then speaking to our customers to see what our customers can do. I've got one customer in particular, a toy contract, who are actually going to some of their old product that will be donated to 3 local charities. But it's making sure that they also have the same awareness that we have to engage, support and do what we can.